Looks quite close. One member left in this commando squad at 17 hit points manages to get away. Guardsman having to pull back from the Def Dread Weird Boy Slugga-Boy combo. Now the Weird Boy does gain war energy for having boys near him, so even just these two Slugga-Boys is good for him to have nearby. The Zot there, shredding through all these Guardsmen. But again, the Chimera's reinforced with the Commissar is too quick for even this Def Dread and Weird Boy to chew through. But the Weird Boy is focusing the Chimera as he does do Melta damage. Meanwhile, Stormtroopers coming in from behind, putting some pressure on the Weird Boy. Warp Vomit driving them off, though. Meanwhile, the Kommando Nob has recapped this western point and put a booby trap down. Ed's still not able to get a power farm going again. And Toilailee's quarter of the way to Tier 3 now. Meanwhile, Ed is happy enough in Tier 2, getting another Tank Buster squad out. Still with those commandos. Here comes a push into the mid for Edtjuh. And a flank with the Def Dread. But those Melta Storm boys are nearby, doing quite a bit of damage. Weirdly not being able to be tied up in melee there. There's the Def Dread pounds away at the Lord General. And there's the Melta Bomb. And the Def Dread goes down in an orange explosion. Rocket Barrage does not quite get much damage on the Chimera there. Looks like about 40 damage. But here come the Kommando Nobs. And another creeping Basilisk Barrage driving off Edtjuh's forces. Although a nice Zot from the Weird Boy before retreating. And a Burn-A-Bomb from the Commandos, which these Guardsmen are just burning up as they walk through. Single Slugga-Boy outcapping. Another call-in. That's another Commando squad for Edtjuh. 2 Commando squads now for him. And Love Dadaka forcing off all these Guardsmen as it doesn't do knockdown. And a decent amount of damage as well. Guardsman back, or Lord General back here capping this western point. As Edtjuh manages to re-secure the middle. Stormtroopers now out capping as their anti-vehicle purpose has been served. But they are going to meet the Kommando Nob, who has stealthed. Big Tank Buster rockets on the Chimera, driving it off. And Shooter Boy is getting driven off there by this multi-laser turret. Trying to drive off the Lord General here. Refractor shield up. Suppression. On the Lord General from the Shooter Boys there. They are force meleeing for some reason. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think they can win in melee against the Lord General. And no, the squad is wiped. Probably would have been better off firing away at the Lord General there while he was suppressed. Perhaps a little bit of loss of focus there from Edtjuh. Weird Boy now. Nice Zot on the Lord General, who's now having to retreat. And Edtjuh's forces once again driving off all these Guardsmen as these Kommando Nobs prove invaluable against the Swarmies with their Burn-A-Bombs and Love Dadaka. Stormtroopers over here capping, but there's a booby trap. Oh, and the squad is wiped! Instantaneously. Look at the focus from Edtjuh there. Toilailee now with the Lehman Russ on the way, and with the very light AV of just 1 Tank Buster squad from Edtjuh, that might be a very good choice. He switched over to the sniper rifle now on his Lord General, giving that attack damage bonus to these guardsmen who are just kind of hanging back. There's a love to dock on the Lord General as this Commando squad sneaks in and does love to dock on these guardsmen, suppressing all of them for the duration of the Lord General's buff there. Another rocket barrage doing more knockdown. And here comes the Lehman Russ, forcing out this Commando squad right away. The burner bomb forcing out the Lord General, making the guardsmen reposition a bit there. Another tank busted squad on the way for Edtjuh. His squads are now too big for the bar down here. Really, this should expand. There's no reason for it not to.
What's that blue thing doing here?
Alright, and welcome back. So, sorry about that. I had a little bit of an interruption. As you could hear, my dog had spotted someone at the front door. So, we should be right back where we were. So let's go ahead and resume the game. So we got the Lehman Russ patrolling about, trying to get that vehicle AI to path it back over to the battle where it's needed. And then retreating out of this battle simply. Weird boy over here putting a little hurt on the Chimera. And here comes the primary orc force pushing in again. Tank bust is putting some hurt on the Lehman Russ. Guardsmen get out to try to help repair this Chimera, and ultimately the Basilisk barrage. Toilailee is aiming to force Ed back out of the middle. Oh, really close to a squad wipe there, but thanks to Call the Boys, no wipe whatsoever. Everybody survives. Alright, we've got the Commando coming back in, trying to force these guardsmen off this point. Meanwhile, we have these Commando Nobs capping that point. And here comes the big push. Just look at the crazy damage going down here. Get a stun bomb in there as well. This Commando's getting low, but ultimately retreat. Tank Buster Rain coming down. That'll be nerfed next patch, 3.7. Bugged model there flying. And there's the warp bomb causing huge down stun on all these guardsmen. But with the Lord General forcing nail on the tank busters, they're gonna have to get out of there. Meanwhile, these sluggers are recapping this side of the map. And suddenly this game is looking very much in Edtjuh's favor. You know, he was on the back foot for a lot of the game. Forced into his base by the early Chimera, and suffering early squad wipe. But here, we've got the GG from Toilailee. So, the biggest thing to take from this match is that even when it seems like all is lost and you're pushed into your base and you've got nothing that can fight back and you're just barely scraping by, you don't want to give up. I mean, you can really pull it out with some good unit choices. Edtjuh choosing the Commandos, a really underused unit, and this squad's level 4. It really paid its dividends. I mean, the burner bombs and Love to Daka are just incredible. I mean, you saw the knockback stun right when the Lord General started his buff. You saw how powerful the burnas are on these squishy guardsmen, but they're also powerful against pretty much any infantry, really. If they don't move out of it in time, they're going to take a lot of damage. You saw just the clutch gear choices, the booby traps being planted everywhere, and how Ed was able to use them to really just put the beat back on Toilailee and just turn everything around when it seemed like it was all lost. And of course the Death Dread did his share of the beatings as well. But you know, you just don't want to give up. You want to think about what your opponent's fielding and what vulnerabilities that exposes him to. So Toilailee, with these guardsmen and with the Lord General, is exposing himself to vulnerability from area of effect damage. So what did Edtjuh do is he busts out Commandos and Weird Boy, who rock some pretty powerful area of effect abilities. And that really turned the tide for him, forcing these guardsmen out, and the tank bustas forcing the Chimera and the Leman Russ out. It just can completely change the tide of battle. This score screen's not going to be too valid, as that Lord General bug is back in the game. But ignoring the commander kills and commander losses, you still see a different disparity in the commander levels there. And with the units killed and the units lost, you can see that throughout the game, Edtjuh did come out way on top, even behind in resources though. But points captured, huge. He always had a squad out there taking points back, at least one, and that really can make the game for you as well. So that concludes the cast of this game of Decepticasts Episode 5. Before I go, though, I wanted to let you know I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a 1 Ulthwé DLC pack. That's the Eldar cosmetic DLC. To enter for to win is just typical random drawing. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and send me an email at the email address on there with your YouTube username and your Steam username, and on episode 7, yes, episode 7, I will announce the winner, and as well as give that away. So yes, thanks for watching, good luck, have fun.